That's Miley? No. Bro, Miley looks like Triley. She looks like she done worked some trials, nigga. Trials and tribulations. All right, man, welcome back to another video. Hope your day is going good. And in today's video, nobody looks human anymore, and it's getting scary. Video by Danithumbnails. Yeah, man, shout out to Danithumbnails, man. You know, last video we did rap music is dying, and everybody knows why. But today we're talking about, I guess, more plastic surgery. It's getting pretty scary. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Facelift.
Are you happy with the results?
I kind of am.
You look great.
I know I'm shallow, but I am. Take a good look at the face.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo, no.
she think that look good?
Bro, all her skin got wrapped up into her eyes.
Yeah.
Like, this is not normal, gang. Like, you know, it's like crazy because down here, you look at her neck, you be like, oh, okay. You look at her chin area, you can tell she's like in her 40s. When you look here in her eyes, she look like she's 60.
What?
Holy shit.
You just get older as it goes up.
Yeah, because I mean, plastic surgery don't hold, man.
Yeah.
That is not Demi Lovato. That Demi Lovato does not give me real person vibes.
Is it just me?
That was Demi Lovato?
Bro.
In the beginning?
Yeah, right there. Apparently that was Demi right here.
Uncanny valley from people
we'll
with a
get
lot of
to it.
plastic surgery. You don't look like a human being I see on the regular streets, and it's noticeable.
I
Yeah.
am freaking out right now. I just saw a picture
Body
of
shaping
Mandy
and all
Moore.
kind of shit.
Who is that?
I don't know who that is.
If I would have
I
went
don't
to
know
a
what that
coma 5 years
No.
ago and
They
woke up today,
got to Selena.
That's Selena Gomez?
Yes.
Oh, man.
No.
Ain't no way.
I had a thing for Selena growing up, man. Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But damn.
Shit.
Get to everybody, it seems
I
like.
wouldn't recognize 90% of Hollywood.
On the dark
What the
side
hell
of
is
Disney
going
Channel
on?
now.
We've reached a strange point in beauty standards where the more perfect you look, the less beautiful you are. Wild take.
Yep.
But hear me out. Some of the most
It's not wild. And I'm not, listen, like I said, I'm not a person who's against plastic surgery. I said this in the eye color video. I just am against unnecessary. If it is a cosmetic surgery that better your life, like you have a deviated septum, a cleft lip, you know, you have some kind of deformity that you're trying to adjust. Yeah, all for it. And if you're the type of person that says, no, live with the imperfections and then yeah, you have your rights to do that too. But I'm not demonizing a person that wants to correct those type of issues. The issues I demonize is the unnecessary anti-aging cosmetic surgeries. Because listen, you gonna age. But if you do, there's natural things you can do to stop aging. Eating right, taking care of your face, right? There's all type of chemicals that you're rich, that you could be putting on your face. You have access to the facials, all this shit. So why?
Yeah.
Why, when we could do it the right way, you could get in the gym, go for runs to achieve the body you want, the facial structure you want, do we have to cheat? And it's not going to work out long term. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
beautiful
for when
women
you can
in the
pay, bro.
world don't look like themselves anymore.
It's
They've
not working.
become so snatched.
That's the-
so
That's Miley. No. Bro, Miley looks like Triley. She looks like she done worked some trials, nigga. Trials and tribulations.
it's so symmetrical, and now their faces all look
Jesus.
Dang.
perfect, but not in a good way. So let's get this straight.
Damn,
I'm
these were
kinda
our
nervous about
child
this
stars we
video
grew up
because
with,
the
bro.
last thing I want to do is speak down
All
on
of
a
them
woman's
look different.
face. That's brutal, but something about the new
And we talked about
standard
this Jenna
face-
Ortega chick right here.
What?
Yeah, man. She looks like, don't come near me with your juke. Tear it off.
face doesn't sit right anymore.
No, like, bro, like, really, who are they trying to attract with this type of look, bro?
Cap.
That is not for the male gaze.
They ready for Independence Day, bro.
literally. And there's young girls growing
They ready to
up
go
all around the
home.
world thinking that this is right. We're gonna talk about the almost pretty girl. The girl who has every feature that can make her beautiful according to beauty standards. But these features have literally cut out the warmth, the emotion, and that little bit of life that you
Okay.
warmth, the emotion, and that little
Yeah, Chloe, it didn't work out for her. But Kylie, let's be honest. Kylie right here, she actually, this worked out for her. Now, we check back into Kylie in 10 years, it probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But right now, compared to what she looked like growing up, you would say, yo, it worked out for her.
Yeah.
bit of life that used to make someone beautiful.
Yeah.
This
See? Hold on. It's night and day. So yeah, like I said, look at Kylie here.
that used to make
And this is who she was.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell it's a drastic difference.
Yeah.
That was the best decision he made. I ain't gonna lie. So for some people, it does work out.
someone beautiful. This video
Well,
is going
they're
to be
young.
a whole lot of tough love.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah, oh,
cannot
she gonna
stand
be looking
heat,
like a
the
wick.
oven is going to be on 450 degrees.
Wicked went
so
to the
I'm sorry,
west,
You're
or
going
the
to have to
east.
get out the kitchen. Welcome to the Girl Talk
Me,
video you needed.
your
I'm not saying you have to
soul.
subscribe. You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free, but hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie enough for you to take that next step. Now, before we spiral any deeper into this almost pretty rabbit hole, because trust me, it goes deep, I need to show y'all an app that literally pays you to do stuff you already do on your
Yeah, shout out to you, Janae. Make that money.
Up.
Back then, beauty wasn't perfect, but that's exactly what made it perfect. Since celebrities have always been the blueprint for what beauty is supposed to look like, they're our main focus for today. And in the early 2000s to 2010s, not only could you see women with natural beauty, you could see faces that looked completely different from each other.
Before Instagram face, beauty used to be bold. Faces were striking and complex, and you could actually remember them. No one trying to blend in with one another, and no one looked the same. There used to be so much mystery and diversity to women. Faces were textured, asymmetrical, and expressive.
You could open magazines like InStyle, Essence, and Teen People and see girls and women like Beyonce, Mandy Moore, Keke Palmer, Amanda Bynes. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat this and make it seem like the beauty standards back in the day couldn't be toxic. Thigh gaps and cheekbones were still glorified. Let's get that settled.
Danielle, you went to the dentist, but you refused to have your gap closed. Do you really think you can have a CoverGirl contract with the gap in your mouth?
Yeah, why not?
This is all people see. It's easier to beautiful CoverGirl. It's not marketable.
Yeah, just a little bit is okay, but I don't want to completely close it.
Well, I guess she just left the gap wide open for another girl baby.
I agree.
Heroin chic is a style popularized in the early 1990s fashion and characterized by pale skin, dark circles underneath the eyes, emaciated features, androgyny, and stringy hair, all traits associated with the abuse of heroin or other drugs. A 1996 article in the LA Times stated that the fashion industry had a nihilistic vision of beauty that was reflective of drug addiction.
I'm just gonna say this, if the beauty standards back in the day weren't toxic, women wouldn't look like how they look today. Moral of the story, women used to look like themselves. And I know that kind of sounds like an oxymoron because of course women look like themselves. But when we take a look at today, it makes sense why I'm saying that. Over time, natural beauty started to feel outdated, almost like it wasn't enough to just look like yourself.
Most of my life, I felt self-conscious. I didn't have as much as other grown-up women, so I went to the hospital and had what they call plastic surgery. But why? What was wrong with the way you were? I just never felt good about myself the way I was.
As the beauty standards started to get more aggressive and it started to get more accessible in a way that made a lot of women feel like they had to have it, like they had to keep.
Yeah, honestly, that seems like it's the main issue, the fact that people always comparing themselves. We keep saying it, bro. If you just love yourself and care about yourself, we wouldn't even be having these issues.
But
female celebrities are pretty much in an impossible position where they're required to look perfect and look youthful forever in order to have a career. But they can't look too overdone or they'll be plastic and they won't look effortless, and that will damage their career because they won't be able to emote and make the facial expressions that they need for acting. I mean, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. It's no wonder that celebrities are going to seemingly any length to look young and flawless forever.
Once celebrities and influencers started showing off these upgrades, people wanted those results.
I went to Kris Jenner's last guy because the new guy is $1 million.
For a facelift?
For a facelift.
No way.
And the ladies are lining up. These psycho are calling and using code words and passwords. And you've got to know the password to get Kris Jenner's guy for $1 million.
What?
Oh,
Most
wow.
people have a shopping wish list. I have a surgery wish list. There are all the surgeries, treatments, etc. that I would get if money wasn't an issue.
I want this nose. I need this nose. I would pay to have
That's
this nose.
wow.
From the nose jobs to the lip fillers, the brow lifts, and yes, Ozempic has a lot to do with this also, but
Yeah, so now we just out here creating my players. You're just looking at celebrities who got traits that you like, and you like, oh yeah, I want that. It's almost like creating a shopping list as well.
we'll get to that later. The new go-to look started to become more sculpted and almost exaggerated. And as it became that, it also became more tempting because now you didn't have to be born with it. You could just buy it. So that's when we started to see this unsettling movement of women swapping out their natural beauty for something a bit more manufactured.
I got my third facelift. I mean, they yanked my face. And I said, give me a good yank. I go, doctor, I don't want to see you in 6 months. Give me a good, get in there and just start pulling, just go yanking.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting.
Wow,
because
that is a
people
wild
aren't
take.
just talking about bad surgery. They're talking about the weird, uneasy feeling they get
That is a wild
from just
take.
looking at.
So now I guess we just looking at the doctor like he's God. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, I mean, shoot. If we was meant to pick, then the man above would have let us pick.
It. Today,
Just
there
take
are
what you got and
countless
keep
women with
going.
the exact facial features we were taught to want. The sharp jawline, the high cheekbones, the big pouty lips. But instead of looking stunning, something looks off.
People's faces are really starting to scare me.
Yeah.
Your lips don't need to look like they're trying to escape.
And I noticed Nicole Kidman having a weird mouth or something wrong with her face in Aquaman. I literally could not enjoy the movie when she was on screen because it was like something was going on. I don't know if it was like too much Botox because like her face didn't have like movement or anything, but this was terrifying.
And y'all, it's so hard to put it into words without sounding or coming off as rude, but let's be real. A
What?
lot of women nowadays, they don't look human. They don't look like a
Yeah.
real person. They almost look like wax figures of themselves.
Women don't really look like human beings anymore. Hundreds of thousands of perfectly beautiful, healthy women, in trying to become even more beautiful, even more perfect, are literally disfiguring their faces with filler.
Mar-a-Lago face is getting a lot of plastic surgery work done, right? Whether it's actually reconstruction or you're just getting injections here, there, and everywhere. But these people do not look like human beings anymore. It's very uncanny valley.
Take Demi Lovato, for example. She was introduced to the media as a child star, appearing in movies and TV shows like Camp Rock,
Demi Lovato
Barney and
used to look
Friends,
good.
and Sunny with a Chance.
Hey, I'm Demi Lovato from Camp Rock. And you're watching Disney Channel.
Let's see what she look like now.
And behind the scenes, she was struggling with something that not even a lot of adults can handle. From eating disorders to battles with addiction, Demi's journey hasn't been easy. So seeing her healthy and thriving today is amazing.
Once I relapsed, the floodgates were open. Within a couple of weeks, I called a dealer and I was like, do you have condoms and ass?" And he said, no, but I have and hair." And I was like,
The 27-year-old went on to explain how she's come to be more accepting of her body.
Now when I look in the mirror and I start to have a negative thought, so what I say to myself is, you're healthy, and I accept you.
When someone's been through that much, it's not surprising they'd probably want to look like a completely new version of themselves. So as she's reintroduced herself to us today, people have started to talk.
That is not Demi Lovato, and I don't care what anybody says. She went through a rough patch, and I'm all about healing. But that Demi Lovato does not give me real person vibes.
Something about her new look
Dang.
looks unfamiliar. Her face is a bit more uplifted.
Oh yeah,
cheeks
she
are a
look
bit more
completely
hollowed,
different.
and her lips are a lot more pouty, almost to the point where it seems like she can't even close them. There's
Who
almost
is
an
this person?
uncanny, unemotional stiffness to her face.
When I was a preteen, the beauty standard was heroin chic. It was the very, very, very
Now we have it. Now we have it. Yeah, man, y'all conforming to societal norms. That's another reason why people can't love themselves, because the world, they so concerned about the image that the world wants them to look like. But you can't control it, man. God made you how he made you. Just be happy.
frail, thin looking people. The beauty standards were just so unrealistic. And so I wanted to be that role model for myself.
There seems to be a pattern here. We see celebrities, and most of them being child stars, like Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus. Women who had a distinct, unique look to them growing up now have this sculpted, ultra snatched look, and they just look like a shell of their past self.
I keep seeing Miley Cyrus.
And they all probably are friends with each other
like,
too.
She just doesn't even look like a real person.
There was a selfie from the music video shoot.
They probably was on the phone like, girl, when you going to get that plastic surgery?
So different. I don't know. It's like off.
Selena Gomez's name has been coming up a lot, and I know it's a sensitive topic because a lot of people argue that her new look is tied to her lupus diagnosis. And while she's been incredibly open about her health, she's had a kidney transplant, she takes a lot of medication, and she has weight fluctuations that comes with it.
I had arthritis. My kidneys were shutting down. My mentality was just to keep going.
But even with all of that in mind, people are noticing something else. Something that normally doesn't tie into health.
Why is she transforming into an elderly Chinese woman? 18 million views, 513,000 likes is crazy. People on social media have been talking about Selena Gomez's new look, saying that she does not look like the same person at all. She looks a little bit more gaunt, she looks a little bit older. It's true that she always has had a fuller face in the past, and she says that a lot of her appearance changes is due to her lupus. Meanwhile, others are totally convinced that she's just getting plastic surgery.
Her features look more sculpted, lifted, and tighter in ways that feel like they go beyond what lupus alone could cause. And that's where the conversation gets a little uncomfortable, because no one wants to criticize how a woman is coping with her illness. But when the changes start to feel more cosmetic than medical.
People like Selena Gomez are the people that we're talking about, bro. We can't look down on Selena Gomez if she was having health problems and, you know, she wanted to be acceptable to the public. But it's the people who are just doing it just because. Like, why would you want to change the way you look? That's your gift.
It opens the door for a lot of people to question what's going on. And wow, are they questioning?
Does having lupus make you Chinese? I don't think it does. I think this is a plastic surgery thing. I could be wrong. If you're a person with lupus and then, you know, suddenly people start referring to you as Shang Mei, hit me up. I want to know your story.
You don't know. You don't know if it's the lupus or her personal choice.
51 era, Selena Gomez is hard
at
to
the end
look
of the
at,
day,
are popping
it's her
up
body.
in comment sections everywhere. And y'all, as cruel as these comments are and extremely unnecessary, we can't deny why there's a reaction to celebrities' new faces, because it's for a reason.
So recently Jenna was in Paris for the premiere of Wednesday season 2. Here's a before and after, and she looks
very different. But people are not happy with this difference, and because of it, she's receiving thousands of nasty hate comments. People saying that she looks malnourished, people are accusing her of being on snow, and overall just saying a lot of very mean things.
Y'all remember earlier when we talked about how back in the day, beauty and being pretty wasn't perfect? Well, fast forward to today, beauty is perfect. You basically have to look perfect to be considered pretty, especially with comments like these in the comments I just read. That only adds to the pressure of having to be perfect.
For a few years, I have felt this constant pressure to be the prettiest in every space I walk into. And I think it's really hitting me today because I'm
Why you
noticing
feel like that?
constant stress I add to myself is weighing on me mentally and physically. I feel crazy because I'm like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like I have to be the prettiest everywhere I go?
And for a lot of women, that pressure turns into procedures. If we take all the Botox, the fillers, the surgery, the Ozempic, we get a woman that looks like a prettier version of herself, but not entirely. That's because the version was pushed too far, and instead of looking natural, she looks man-made.
When I see a celebrity like this, first I get uncanny valley unease, but also, and I feel bad about this, so just know I feel bad already. I don't find them pretty anymore, and not because their new features aren't pretty, because someone could have these features naturally and be gorgeous. There's something Frankenstein about all these celebrities having these cut and paste parts to the point where they're not even themselves anymore. Actually reminds me of The End of Death Becomes Her. They've just replaced their parts so many times and they're so botched. It's like good from far, but far from good. And beyond this making you look kind of like a wax museum version of yourself, it also takes away from whatever made you you in the first place, okay? So here's Zoe Kravitz, here's Shania Twain, Kate Beckinsale, here's Demi Moore. Wait, my favorite one's coming. Here's Lea Michele, and here's Demi Lovato again. This one's more subtle, but here's Dakota Johnson. And for the record, she used to look like this. First of all, everybody said, give me this jawline, the lips of a fish, hollowed out cheeks. Everybody has the same eyebrows. And all of this combined with Ozempic just makes everybody look like this creepy, almost pretty version of themselves, but it's just not pretty because it's missing a crucial ingredient to beauty, which I think might be authenticity.
One crucial shift in society to blame for this, and I was gonna call it a hot take, but it's not a hot take. It makes a lot of sense. And that is the rise of AI beauty. I'm talking about the filters that warp what a beautiful face is supposed to look like entirely. These filters don't just smooth the skin and remove pores. They literally rebuild you.
If you don't look drop dead gorgeous with this filter, there is no hope for you.
They lift your cheekbones, they pinch your nose smaller, they make your lips bigger, and they give everyone that same symmetrical face. And the worst part is, we accepted that as beautiful. We got so used to seeing these faces so often, these warped faces, they started to look normal, and they started to become our beauty standard.
AI is about to change the way that we assess beauty, sort of like how plastic surgery did. And the very first thing that I thought of was this one creator. I'm gonna show you. I'm not even gonna really talk about her or her videos, just the imagery that she uses in it, and all of them are all AI.
Y'all really letting AI reshape our reality? That's crazy.
Model or pretty model, and this is what it spits out. But the images that her AI spits out, they're all kind of weird. Because while there are women out there who do kind of look like this, it's interesting to think that her AI, when prompted, develop a pretty woman or a model woman, it thinks that all of them look like this. I imagine as a woman or even like a young teenage girl seeing images like that are only going to get more and more common on the internet, like that's gotta like mess with your brain and what you think that you should look. I just don't like it.
Now I want to show y'all a real example of this. Stick with me. There's a rise of women who are using a silly filter. Filters that most people would say are ugly. But these women use these filters so much, they actually started to love how they look with them. They actually started to see themselves
What the
as
heck is this?
with this filter. So think about it. The more you look at a filter or a surgically altered face, at first it probably looks weird, but the more you look at it, the more you think it looks okay.
This distortion of reality aligns with the cultivation theory, which suggests that long-term exposure to media content shapes viewers' perception of reality, which is like, and in the context of beauty standards.
Facts. That's what I was literally about to say. The more you do something, the more you get used to it, and you think that that should be a reality. And to be honest, this falls in line with how I think the world is going. We're heading towards the digital age where people don't want to die anymore, man. Remember, we're all trying to fix a solution, and technology has been this fix for a lot of our solutions. What is the one solution we haven't fixed yet? Death, right? So think about Elon Musk doing the Neuralink to make people walk again.
Yeah.
Now imagine he engineered it enough that you can now send data from your brain to your computer.
Mm-hmm.
You think that they won't be using that imagery to remap your brain?
Yeah.
So that when you pass, you could just live on in a digital space and you can look however you want to look the rest of your life, your digital life. Well, that's till they, put you in the slave and in the digital, ain't shit free. Ain't shit free. Just because you ran away from reality, don't think that they're about to let you run free in digital route.
Repeated exposure to idealized celebrity images can gradually alter our understanding of what's normal or attainable in terms of our appearances.
I feel like a lot of these women, especially the celebrities, they look more expensive than expressive.
It'd be even easier to keep track of you then.
That's the best way I can word it. It's almost like once you get to a certain stature, once you have enough money, you have to have this ultra snatched, sculpted look. Because maybe if you don't, people start saying that you look old or tired or like you let yourself go.
None of these women would be getting a call back if Clueless was being remade today, and that's because the beauty standard in Hollywood has changed so much since 1995 that arguably some of the most beautiful women in the world would not have a chance today. Her face is too expressive.
That's true.
Her face is too plain, and Stacey Dash, well, she would need to do what she does now, which is lighten up.
I think our
Oh shit, that was Stacey. Yo, that's how different she looked.
is starting to shift.
We watched the video on Stacey Dash.
What? And uncanny looks, and a lot of women are thinking that that's beautiful. But beauty is not supposed to be predictable. You don't have to change yourself to be what you think beauty looks like, because then it'll make you look like an unnatural shell of yourself. Just be yourself.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Janae on this video. It's a very good video. Yeah, man. Y'all already know VG30. We approaching that bit. Lay out great for y'all, man. Binge the rest of the videos on the channel. You already know. There's one thing to take away from this. Love yourself. We out.